Basil arrives on March 5th. Viyath Maga joins Sajith. Ranil's political cabinet. A song for Sajith's daughter.
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
Basil arrives on March 5th. Basil Rahana has become a newsmaker again. He is due to arrive on the 5th. A day after the SLPP convention on 15th of December, Basil left for Los Angeles to be with the family on vacation. The Leader TV revealed how he kept in touch with things happening here. He regularly spoke to Mahinda, Namal, General Secretary Kariyawasam, and had meetings via Zoom with party officials. Udayanga Weeratunga said a few days ago that Basil is playing a key behind-the-scenes role in preparations for the presidential polls later this year. Party headquarters has told MPs and friends to be at the airport to receive him. The plan is to take him from the airport to Colombo in a motorcade. A few weeks ago, he advised party seniors that a general election in June will be advantageous for the SLPP. He based his predictions on several opinion polls which placed the party approval rate at between 30 and 35%. He agrees with Namal that Mahinda should give leadership to the party at future elections under its own symbol, since he is the main factor behind the party's popularity. The vote base could suffer if they allied with Ranil under a different symbol, Basil has observed. Also, an alliance of Ranil, Sajith and the SLPP could give considerable anti-government votes for the JVP, according to him. His main attention is grabbed by the widespread support for the Compass, and he has told several of Ranil's close friends that a general election should be held first to counter that. Upon being informed about that, the president has said that he had no intention of holding parliamentary polls first. If Namal and Basil insist on that, tell them to get a list of signatures from a majority of MPs to dissolve Parliament, said Ranil. According to Udayanga, Basil is arriving to finalise things. If Namal tries to collect signatures as wanted by Ranil, but fails to obtain support from 113 MPs, that will show the plight of the Rajapaksas in the SLPP. Viyath Maga joins Sajith. Tensions flared at a meeting of SJB electoral organisers in Beruwala recently. Chaired by General Secretary Madhuma Bandara to discuss a Buddhist advisory council, it was attended by Thiniawala Palitha Thereya, Gayantha and electoral organisers, Jagath Vithana from Agalawate, Ajith P., Pereira from Kalutara, Ranjith Somawansa from Matugama, and Nayanaka Ranwela from Bandaragama. Rajitha Senaratne from Beruwala and Prasanna Amarasekara from Bulath Sinhala were represented by their secretaries. Vitana launched a tirade on Prasanna and accused him of buying off all his officials in the electorate. He threatened to resign if no decision was taken within 2 weeks. When Madhuma Bandara inquired where Prasanna was, his secretary said he had gone to the port. Ajith P. Pereira, too, started attacking Prasanna hard. That is a lie. Even now he is distributing booklets at Nagas Junction. All these problems are caused by organisers like him. Leaders who appointed them too should be responsible. Nayanaka complained that Prasanna encroaches on his electorate too without informing him. Madhuma Bandara advised organisers to inform in advance if they visit other electorates. Ajith P. Pereira continued, "He distributes moonshine and ice. We are against that. Take a decision about him immediately." Later, the SJB held several rounds of meetings at their headquarters to resolve this dispute. But Prasanna attended none. Jagath brought in his resignation and left. Attempts by others to bring him back failed. SJB activists in Kalutara say the boss has given in to the rich who have made sudden appearances. Trouble is also brewing over Sajith's acceptance of Gota's Viyath Maga members. Some MPs and organisers are worried over these new entrants getting various top positions. The latest arrival was Lieutenant Colonel Ratnapriya Bandhu. He has been appointed to head the SJB Committee on National Peace, Unity and Reconciliation. Activist Bharatha Prabhashana Tenakun noted, "It would be better if a news was circulated that Sajith has joined with Viyath Maga instead of making daily counts. It looks like Sajith is seeking the support of Viyath Maga and several rich people to contest the presidential polls. It is difficult to guess for how long the seniors will tolerate him as their leader. They say that it is pointless to work for the election of a leader who never intervenes on their behalf when in trouble. Ranil's political cabinet. To know Ranil's line of politics, it is now to President's E-column by Asoka Jayatunga in Washington, D.C. The headlines this time go as, "A political cabinet by Ranil? What is the cunning fox up to? Patali goes to Sirikotha in his alliance pilgrimage. A vow from man to stand on his head if given land by Ranil. Another ship from America. American Mahinda and Professor Sinithi to Mars. Ronnie's last will, 5,000 received by Sagala." The column begins thus. Ranil first formed a political cabinet in 2001 in the UNT government when Chandrika was the president. He repeated it in the final stages of the 2015 regime. Now he did it again. This time it has Sagala, Lanza, Mahindananda, Saman Ekanayake, and Head of Government Information Dinith too. The normal cabinet met on Monday and decided on the suspension of the Parat law and to raise funds for the children of Gaza. The political cabinet discussed facing elections, and a committee comprising Prasanna, Hareen, Manusha, Tyran, Mahindananda and Lanza was appointed. Includes Sagala, Saman and Dinith too. Meet once a week, Ranil told them. On Wednesday afternoon, Ranil's campaign team met at the President's house chaired by Sagala. Social media took up most of my time. Mahindananda was given traditional media. Social media was handed over to 3 persons with Tharaka Balasuriya, tasked with English content, Nima Lanza with Tamil content and Manusha with Sinhala content. Patali's party was at Sirikotha as it is on a quest to form alliances. Mostly, they found common ground. Shiral, a former ardent critic, was welcomed by Ranil. Jayatunga also refers to an incident during the Urumaya Freehold Title Awards. Ranil's secretary has introduced a hotline and an online arrangement for the programme. Saman was told about a letter someone has sent, saying that he would stand on his head in the middle of the junction while wearing a sarong if he is given land as promised. This shows people's disappointment. Let's hand over his title through the president himself, he proposed. On the 27th, there was a cake at the Security Council meeting. It was for Sagala's birthday. He made quite an emotional post on social media and responded to around 5,000 messages received. At the UNP Management Committee meeting, the rally in Kuliapatia on the 10th and the May Day were discussed. When Ravi K proposed replacing weak organisers with better ones, Rangai Bandara agreed, but said they should carry on with them until then. At the Indian Ocean Rim Association, the President spoke about safety in the Indian Ocean and economic dividends, as well as Russia and the war. US Ambassador Julie Chung, too, spoke and appreciated Sri Lanka's involvement for maritime protection in the Red Sea. With the US donated 3 ships well utilised, another will be donated, she promised. At Ronnie's funeral, Ranil was shown his last will and was surprised to find that he was named among the funeral orators. He changed his schedule and promised to fulfil his friend's wish. Also, Deshabandhu called on the president with presents after he was appointed the IGP amid various allegations, mudslinging and challenges. Referring to his boss, Ambassador Mahinda Samarasinghe, Jayatunga said thus, "Having had enough of Earth, American Mahinda has got to work on a project on Mars." That was after his meeting with Louisiana State University's Sri Lankan researcher, Professor Sinithi Karunaratne, and lecturer in linguistics Kapu Golewe, Ananda Kitithera, in Washington. Professor Sinithi has referred to economic dividends to Sri Lanka from the finding of serpentine deposits in the southern parts. This rare mineral is also found on Mars. Mahinda and his mission are now bringing this to the attention of the country's top places. It is good if that happens. Right now, the focus is on politics. There may be several candidates, but the final race is between only 2 horses. JVP's AKD has already entered the game under the compass. People look forward to seeing his challenger. Let us know your comments on that. A song for Sajith's daughter. The country knows that Sajith and Jalani Premadasa are now proud parents. Sajith made the announcement of fatherhood at the SJB's women's rally in Kandy. There were certain criticisms about using his child in politics, but many took it up in a positive light. The Leader TV too made critical remarks but did not forget to congratulate the couple and the adorable Diathna Sajini Premadasa. Remember how Mahinda used to talk about Sajith not being a father at the last presidential election campaign? Here it is.
මම ප්‍රේමදාසගේ පුතා මම රැට එනවා ඇවිල්ලා දනිල්ෙන් සැපද කියලා බලනවා සැප ඒකකින්ද සැප ගන්න කට්ටිය කරුණා කරලා දොරවල් වහගෙන සැප ගන්න දනිල් මොකද මෙයා ඇවිල්ලා රැට බලන්න ගියොත් හරි කරදරයක් වෙනවා අර බොත්තන්ට අද ගොන්නකොට මිඩ්වයිෆ් වෙනෝනේ හැබැයි මිනිහාගේ ගෙදරට නම් එන එක නෑ මිඩ්වයිෆ් අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ නෑ ඉතින් මේ එපා ඕක කියන්න
There are many young couples without a child. So, it is a welcome thing that anyone attains parenthood. In this case, a surrogate mother was used. That method is as old as the Bible. Even Indian film star Shah Rukh Khan got his third child through a surrogate mother. He named the child Abram. Khan revealed that the name is a mix of both, Prophet Ibrahim and Ram, as they are a Hindu-Muslim family. He said that he wanted to use secular names for his kids so that they grow up without any difference of opinion in the name. Now, a song has been made about Diyathna by Sajith's close friend Kalam Palitha Mahiratne.
Siu meli malek mol keti pitu sinihi net nimma uttura pitav galana rasama suwandai amma lamad med hadawatata turuluwa ජීවිතය මට දෙන්නා තාත්තමන් නුඹේ සුවඳින් ලෝකයම යලි ලබනා උතුම් දරුපෙම කොතෙක් සුඳුරුද ස්නේහේ හදවත පිරුණා මහා කරුණා ගුණ කන්ද මැද ජීවිතය යලි වින්දා වෙලක් මැද පිපි ස්වේත නෙළුමකි මගේ දුවේ නුඹ සැමදා දරු පෙමක සුව කිසිම කෙනෙකුට නොදැනින්නේ නෑ කිසිදා
This should be said here as well. We don't approve of being childless dragged into politics. We also don't want to see kids being involved in politics. That is uncivilized. Therefore, before trying to set the country right, one should attempt to make himself first. That's it for today.